Then on the Russia-Ukraine front, according to reports from the Ukrainian national news agency citing open-source intelligence, on November 28, a Russian intercontinental ballistic missile accidentally exploded during a test launch at the Yasny test site in Orenburg Oblast. Video footage shows the missile disintegrating in the air after ascending approximately 200 to 400 meters, subsequently crashing to the ground nearby and causing a violent explosion. However, as of the news deadline, the Russian side has not yet commented on the incident. Due to the limited sources of the current report, I will provide updates after confirmation from the Russian side. Just as I was writing this news report, according to announcements and videos from the Ukrainian Air Force, in the early hours of October 29 local time, the Russian military once again used Tianzhuke unmanned aerial vehicles and Iskander missiles, among others, to launch a nighttime attack on the energy infrastructure of Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. Emergency power outages have been implemented in multiple areas within Kiev. As the news is being reported, the airstrikes are still ongoing. Then, on the political and diplomatic front, according to videos released by the Kremlin, on October 28 local time, Russian President Putin held bilateral talks with visiting Hungarian Prime Minister Orban. According to reports from the Russian news agency, the main purpose of Orban's visit to Russia is to ensure Russia's energy supply to Hungary. It is reported that nearly 70% of Hungary's natural gas imports currently come from Russia. Orban, the head of the Hungarian Prime Minister's office, once stated, completely abandoning Russian natural gas would cause losses of approximately $10 billion, equivalent to over 4% of the country's GDP. At the same time, Orban stated during his talks with Putin that he successfully persuaded Trump to lift sanctions on Russia's pipeline supply of oil and gas resources to Hungary. This was mentioned in a video earlier this month when Orban visited the White House for talks with Trump, so we won't elaborate further today. Then, in France, it is worth adding an update. According to comprehensive reports from Agence France-Presse and other sources, as well as videos, French President Macron announced on the 27th while delivering a speech at a military base in southeastern France that starting next year, a new voluntary military service system will be implemented for young people around 18 to 19 years old. According to the plan, France is expected to recruit 3,000 people next year, with a service period of 10 months. By 2035, the recruitment target will increase to 50,000 people. It is reported that this is the latest attempt to increase military personnel, nearly 30 years after France abolished compulsory military service. However, Macron assured that volunteers will serve within mainland France, will not participate in overseas military operations, nor will they be sent to the battlefield in Ukraine. Additionally, according to reports from European News Network, Macron will pay a state visit to our country from December 3 to 5, during which the focus will be on strengthening Sino-French bilateral trade, reshaping China-EU relations, and discussing the Russia-Ukraine issue. I will follow up with reports at that time. Then, across the Atlantic in the United States, U.S. President Trump announced on October 28 Eastern Time, in a post on his social media platform, that he will abolish all executive orders signed by former President Biden, using automatic signature coins. Trump pointed out in the post that these documents signed with automatic signature coins account for approximately 92% of the total. Commanders, October 29 morning. Today's content is still not much. Create a news update, integrating reports from Al Jazeera and information released by the Israeli IDF. On the evening of October 28 local time, the 55th Brigade of the 210th Division of the Israeli Army, to capture 3 terrorists allegedly linked to the Islamic Army, penetrated the Beit Shean area in southern Syria to carry out military operations. During the operation, they were ambushed by local armed personnel, resulting in injuries to 6 Israeli soldiers, 3 of whom were seriously injured in the upper body. However, the Israeli IDF stated all individuals were captured, and claimed that the Israeli army will continue to deploy in this area. Yet shortly after, the Syrian Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement pointing out the Israeli army fabricated lies, brazenly invaded Beit Shean town in the Damascus of Syria, attacking local residents. This patrol team engaged with the Israeli army, leading to the failure of the Israeli operation and forcing a withdrawal from Syrian territory. Afterward, the Israeli army launched airstrikes and artillery attacks on the area, resulting in 13 deaths including 2 children, and 25 injuries. Following this incident, According to reports and videos from the Times of Israel, anti-Israel protests erupted in multiple locations across Syria, and the originally planned to commemorate the overthrow of the Assad regime that day was transformed into a protest against Israel's attack on Baitin in Syria. Angry Syrians among the citizens burned Israeli flags. In fact, since the fall of Assad's the Israeli army has continuously encroached on southern Syrian territory. Around the 20th of this month, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, along with the Israeli Defense Minister and the Foreign Minister among others, under the pretext of protecting Syrian Druze allies, illegally visited the southern region of Syria currently occupied by the Israeli army.